Okay, today is March 8th, 2026. Let's get started with today's video. Okay, today I've been noticing like significant changes to my ping. So, yeah, and that's a good thing because I have like amazing ping now. Like, I don't know what's up, but it's pretty freaking cool that I'm getting such good ping now. And I couldn't be happier. Just wish it would be a little more stable, but honestly, I can't complain at all. The ping's pretty much as good as it used to be back when I used to play back in the mainland. So yeah, very very cool. Very cool that I've sub 80 ping. Like dealing with 80 ping or higher was honestly the worst. It was honestly the worst. So um, yeah, I'm glad that it's somewhat below up to like my usual standards. So yeah, I'm freaking I'm freaking like I'm freaking out about this. Like this is actually amazing. This changes a lot of things for sure. It's just not very stable. Is the only problem, but that could be remedied with some um, Ethernet ports or something like that. Because I'm using a Wi-Fi extender actually at the moment. So yeah, yeah. So let's just try to do our best during this rune crafting session and try to talk about what's on my mind. I will try to talk about what's on my mind. So anyways, what have I got here? I know I've got some content. Let me see if I can pull it up for you really quick. All right, here we go. So I wanted to touch base on like a little bit of hmm, I don't know actually. I actually consulted a few topics, and I guess many of you wouldn't be the right saying here, but I'm getting kind of scared right now lately because there's been a lot going on. There's been a lot. A lot's been going on, and a lot has been slipping right past me because I stay inside and play RuneScape all day during my days off. And that's something I can't really complain about, but the fact that I'm able to do this is a very cool thing. And you know, there comes a time when like I feel like a little less inhibited, less less plagued by um in Korean we call it chansori. It's basically just like noise in our headspace, stuff like that. And yeah, we call it chansori. So like sori means sound, and like chan means you know needless in this context. So yeah. So yeah. But anyways, with that aside, what have I been up to lately? Actually, I've been busy at work. I've been busy at work and just been chilling, allowing myself to take kind of like a side mm, person as a side hustle or side quest. Because like I'm not the main part of the show over at work. So, needless to say, yeah, I am definitely a side character, not a main character at work, and I'm totally okay with that. And whether or not people can actually would like to see what I'm up to is up to them. So, yeah. So, anyways, with the following I've built so far, it's been nice, being getting a little bit of exposure and stuff. And there's been a lot that's been happening lately, and a lot of it has to do with privacy, actually. Privacy concerns with regards to like how data is handled or not, um, with mainly with concerns to with AI and stuff, and apparently Anthropic, which apparently was not on my radar at all, just came up and like pushed Chat GPT aside and like kind of is taking center stage because GPT sold itself out to the government apparently, and we don't like that because this regime kind of like instills very very violent. You don't want to talk about it, dude. It's way too brutal, man. Like I can't like handle this all of it at once because like honestly, it's a lot. A lot has happened in the past few days, and I'm not gonna cover everything because I can't cover everything because there's other things in my mind at the moment that seem to take precedence before I go on and talk about a fucking assassination. Anyways, anyways, that was supposed to be good news, but that was also wild news. So, yeah, yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, we're back. We're back to rune crafting. You can see that I have 45 mil cash stack. It's slowly building. Um, Very cool indeed. I've yet to Aether runecraft today. I don't think I will today. So yeah, you're stuck with me in this nature runecraft content, I suppose. But anyways, let's see here. Talking about a super deep and important topic today, and it is Pan-Asian identity. Woohoo! Pan-Asian identity. So yeah, what I mean by that is like we got to like understand kind of like, you know, the American label that is placed on English speaking Asians, particularly those of Pan-Asian, multiple ethnic backgrounds of Asian. And honestly, being a full Korean, like have I've always never really grappled with the fact that people could. That sounds so silly. I need to come with the right wording here. I wish I could take back what I said, but there's no way I'm editing that out. Anyways, yeah, like, well, obviously, like, that's a thing. So it's a thing. Yeah, that's all I'm trying to say. Is like, like many people from the mainland may think like many of us Asians don't get along with each other or something, stuff like that. But like, I don't know. I'm not one to delegate, but like I am one to also attempt to provide to you the best possible information in the most succinct way I possibly can. So yeah, and that is just bringing up the term Pan-Asian, using that as probably a prompt or as an introduction to a prompt using AI or something. And I'm not encouraging the use of AI because that'll probably destroy any semblance and any particular potential at a seminal study. So I wouldn't be one to like exactly like, you know, go too hard on like, you know, like not saying this or that, but Asians, depending on how Asian they are, that I mean like from like textbook Asians to like raunchy Asians. I don't know what kind of like awakened me in like this particular context today. I just kind of woke up like this, and like I wouldn't be one to like kind of like go too far with this kind of stuff because I wouldn't say it's my particular, like, I'd be stepping onto someone else's turf. Needless to say, if I were to continue talking about this as if I knew everything about it, and I clearly don't. So, I think I'll just leave it at that. Anyways, I've been busy with Discord as well. Lately, it's been like a lot of content on Discord, a lot of moderating, being admin, alongside like my group mates, looking for more group members, looking to populate the server, etc., etc. So like, it's just stuff like that, that kind of stuff. So yeah. Anyways, there's been a lot of talk about local talk about, amongst people around me, with like how there's been kind of like someone grappling with a addiction to, like, I don't know. Well, I'm clearly addicted to RuneScape, so but there's been a lot of talk around the neighborhood, kind of like, around the area, just kind of like how people have been, I don't know, I don't know, actually. It's hard to say. A lot of conflicting opinions about how, like, about sadness in general. Sadness, dissatisfaction with the way things are turning out. In general, just, general dissatisfaction, discontent. And, yeah, I honestly am sad with the way things are playing out, too, because, like, like, if you read the news on the daily, then you understand that an outsider could totally see this government as not the government it was before. But anyways, that's beside the point. But, like, the general vibe of my neighbors in general just seem to be rather dissatisfied with the way things are going, and I don't have any particular meaning. I don't have a meaningful, like, way of, like, putting that into words at the moment. But yeah, it's a little sad, but I mean, if there's anything I could do to remedy the situation, it'd probably be to just take care of myself and my overall well-being as well. So yeah, and yeah, it's general dissatisfaction is the vibe I'm getting out here. The young people are afraid of a draft by the Selective Service. Youngins are speaking out loud about how they don't want any involvement in this conflict. And yet here they are, the US government is here, instilling fear in our psyches and just overall, not good vibrations at all. It's not to say that I can't live without, any particular dialogue, because I'm not getting much. But based on what we're hearing on the news, it is true. We're at war once again with the war just seems to just keep getting pushed deeper and deeper into the Middle East and or Central Asia, or etc., what have you, depending on how you look at it, then yeah, the truth is real. The truth is out there, and it's real. We're no longer having to grapple on the fake news outlets. We're now having to grapple about how history will be remembered at this current time. So how will it be? And I will not shut up about it. I will not shut up about this topic. It is so important for us to understand that the way history will be remembered during this tumultuous time is whether or not how well we kept our composure. How well did we keep ourselves? How well did we sustain ourselves? You know? And it's just shit like that, when shit just gets so real to the point to where I have to be the one to like kind of like talk to myself and tell myself it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I may be the lucky few that may or may not be drafted because of being unfit, but there are real people out there with real concerns. I'm not saying there will be a draft because I didn't read any qualms of a draft. But fuck, does it seem real? Like, I don't know. They cannot. I don't think there's been a selective service calling for like since ever. It's the closest thing to conscription that we have, I believe, here in the United States. And, yeah, I'm doubtful it will happen. I believe there's only like very particular people who work there. So, yeah. Anyways, then. All qualms aside, I think I don't think I can talk about this any further without being a particular expert on it. I'm not a particular expert on this topic, so yeah, I'm not gonna go any further. Because honestly, it's just life. At the end of the day, this is the kind of stuff that I read probably on the daily. Whether or not Anthropic is gonna fuck us over after GPT, it's gonna really just be up to, you know, how they use the data and stuff, how they use the algorithms, the frameworks and whatnot. So, yeah. That's what's going on, probably. I've got a lot on my mind, speak very loudly, little layers, just real talk. It's a lot of bullshit at the end of the day, because I don't know if I'd be able to play RuneScape as much. If I were to like keep up with the news and whatnot, is my only thing. So I feel like young people nowadays are just very confused with the way like the news media and the news cycles are playing out, because we got the raunchiness going on and the Asia-centric vision of the United States and the fight for Asian rights, when it's a matter of fact that this current administration more favors a Eurocentric policy, or even America First policy. So therefore, white Americans or European Americans, what have you, generally they're known as white Americans, right? So, right? Can't speak for that at least. I don't know. But we're covering a lot of designations that kind of like go beyond like, you know, what I'm saying matter of factly and stuff. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I might put that on a reel, but like that might be a little real. But who knows? This is cool because people are still grappling around the fact of like asking what race are you equals what ethnicity you are, like in a like Korean, Japanese, or Chinese context kind of thing. Like, what race are you? And they're giving like those ethnic identities a valid option, and that's what kind of like confused me at this point. At that point in time, so like, yeah. Um, so needless to say, if there was anything I were to report to you today, is that us Asian Americans, we've got a lot of learning to do. I don't know. I hate to say that, but you know, it just gets very tough to like keep up with both like what's going on in the news, playing my video games, reading books and stuff like that. It just becomes so overwhelming to keep up, you know, keep up with. When in reality, that's the only thing that we should care about is the news cycles, is the headlines and shit. If we want to stay, if you want to keep any sort of like seriousness in the matter of existence and of being a civil citizen, civilian, not, I just think my audience needs to just be a little informed about how this administration is just carrying out history in the news. Right? So, yeah. Yeah. Anyways, we got about 21.9k XP so far. I haven't missed a single inventory. Oh, right when I said that, I did not withdraw all the essence that I needed. That is unfortunate. Anyways, let's try that again. It's my first drink in about maybe a week. It is a Atomic Torpedo IPA from Sierra Nevada. I'm not sponsored. Got it from Costco. It's dope. It's a dope IPA. Anyways, I know I have to cut down on the alcohol. I know I have to increase the amount of protein I'm taking to accommodate for the amount of exercise I'm missing out on. So, yeah, need to maintain my physique somehow, and that's probably the easiest way I can do it. Let's see here. I got pulled over recently. I think I got that on video. Yeah, I definitely told you that. I definitely told YouTube when I got pulled over. I posted a short today. Fridge is on YouTube again. Fridge is on YouTube, and yeah. Fridge has been good with me lately. Fridge is good. I was thinking about getting another layer of, you know, like to the cage as well. But unfortunately, I don't think that will happen. Yeah, I simply don't think I'll get another guinea pig because Fridge is doing well on her own, but I'd love to introduce her to a friend maybe a neutered male so they can have a little bit of a companionship. But alas, I don't think that will happen. I wanted to get another story, you know, another like floor, like first floor, second floor type of thing. So yeah, I wanted to try that, but I don't think it's gonna be possible with this particular setup. Thought about like drilling a hole in the, or sawing part of the, sawing down part of the furniture in order to create a bit more of a little bit more of a hiding space for the guinea pig. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll do that, not at least for a while, because yeah, not at least for a while. I think recently Fridge has come to terms with the fact that Zaza is no longer here. And it's been only Fridge and herself, only me and Fridge and my mom as well. So yeah, it's very sad knowing the prospect, having the thought that this particular guinea pig, or guinea pigs in general, could like experience or could express grief or something. Then again, it's also very comforting knowing that guinea pigs can express grief. I wonder how they kind of like internalize and process grief. Now that I think about it, I don't know. I don't know. I don't mean to be so graphic here, but I know this video isn't meant for children anyways, but I remember the day Zaza passed away, and Zaza was I remember Fridge was just like frolicking around the cage as she usually does back when Zaza was Zaza's body was just in the bedding and stuff. Naturally, I don't have the words for it because I'm not one to grieve all too well, but or what say eulogy for Zaza. Cheers to Zaza, I guess. I am still trying to smoke, but apparently tomorrow is going to be my quit day. I think I'll give a little bit more of an active effort to quit smoking. And or at least attempt to cut down on my smoking. Really need to do that. Oh shit. I don't think my wait a second. Was my sound off the entire time? Let's see here. I don't know how low this volume was. Oops. Let's see how it was. Yeah, it's not picking up the sound at all. That's weird. Anyways. Excuse me. At the end of the day, I don't really know if I'll publish this video on YouTube, but I think it'd be fair to like say that I'm still here, I'm still around. I'm just having a drink. So yeah, so that's what's going on. Sorry, that was a little loud. This is the last trip. Today is March 8th still. Dates is March 8th, 2026. The time is 9:05 p.m. and I hope you all have a nice rest of your day.